For every researcher, every scholar, and every student, the goal is the same: to have your work recognized and published in high-impact journals. But between your discovery and the world's knowledge, there's a critical bridge to cross, the bridge of professional formatting and quality assurance. Hello, I am Dr. Obi Sashere. Welcome to a focus session designed to transform your manuscript from a draft to a submission-ready masterpiece. We are moving beyond the research itself to focus on the silent rules that editors and reviewers apply: the consistency of your tenses, the clarity of your expression, and the logical flow of your argument. If you've ever lost a battle to the passive voice, wrestled with mixed verb tenses in your methods and results, or been told your writing is too complex, this video is for you. Over the next few moments, we will break down the precise conventions for using the past, present, and present perfect tenses across every section of your article. You will learn the core principles of academic clarity, why simple is always better than clever. And finally, we will equip you with the essential checklist to polish your language like a professional and non-native author. Stop submitting, start publishing. Let's begin.
This evening, we're going to be looking at how to professionally format our manuscript and how to ensure quality assurance while writing our manuscript. I have no doubt that our classes are winding up, and it is possible for somebody to assume that the most important part of the training had been covered. This I beg to disagree. Okay, somebody, just a minute. Mr. Raphael Lokonko is finding it difficult to connect. Please change your network, or you log out and log in. That's what you can do. If others can log in, I wouldn't know why you are not logging in. We have how many people on this call now? Unfortunately, I will not be able to be responding to this complaint right now. Dr. Enebe, please kindly reach out to Dr. Okonko and see if you can be of assistance to him, please.
All right, Doc, I'll do that immediately.
Thank you. So, as I was saying, it is possible for... My voice is not loud enough. Please, am I audible enough? I'm sure I should be audible.
Very audible.
All right, thank you so much.
Doctor, you are loud and clear.
All right, thank you. Please check. The person that said I'm not audible should please check his device. What I'm trying to say is, it is possible to assume that the moment we have arrived at conclusion and we've talked about references, that is the end of the training. It might be a very costly assumption. Very, very costly one. Because I'll be sharing some things with us this evening, and maybe that will make somebody to have a rethink that some of the little things we are talking about, they are very, very important when it comes to article writing. They may be very minor. They may sound very little. Okay, somebody, let me see what this person is saying. Just a minute. All right, that's noted, Captain Emmanuel. Please do well to chat on WhatsApp. Thank you. So, what we are trying to say this evening is that there are some basic things that really matters when it comes to article writing. But majority of people believe in the fact that so long that I have my results, and is well analyzed. Oh, my analysis is a top notch. My data is robust. So why is this journal rejecting my article? Why is this journal rejecting my article? I will share some articles with us this evening that were published, and I am sure by the time you look at those articles, you have a reassessment of how, or you have a reassessment and have a different view as to how and why articles were rejected. Article rejection is not only as a result of not having good data, it's not only as a result of not having different sections that an article should have. You will agree with me that one of the reasons why some people find it difficult to get a job when they travel out of the country, of their countries, particularly from the global south to the global north, is not because they don't have the qualification. No, they are qualified. It is not because age work against them. No. But in the global north, or in some countries, there are certain things that are prioritized much more than your qualifications. They are more prioritized than your degree. And one of it is the soft skill. The soft skill. The soft skill can rob somebody who is highly qualified in Africa a job opportunity in the global north. For instance, a number of people travel to the UK to go and study. Having graduated, they have the qualification. But for them to start working, the employers will be asking them for soft skills. I mean, they will ask them for experience, rather. They will ask them if they have certain number of years experience. Where would they get that from if they are not employed in the first place? It's as if I'm digressing. I'm not digressing. The same thing goes for article writing. Majority of the people in this call, if not everybody in this call, we are not native English speakers. And when it comes to article writing, many of us are writing to, all up to this moment, a good number of us have been writing to local journals, some African-based journals, which is still regional journal, between our coverage has been within our country or regional, maybe another African country, or at most, which we can call it, which we do call international most times, is publishing in many of the Asian country journals, where we'll submit an article today, and by next week is published, and on the average $150. So the moment you submit that for a promotion, everything is settled. So long as the journal is not within the confine of your country, it is regarded as an international article. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to say, it's like somebody is still shooting him or herself in the leg, if this has been the practice up till now. I brought a few articles for our noting this evening, and I would like us to I would like us to benchmark those articles with what we have done in this course so far and see if there is a difference. And we will go ahead to also see some articles that were published in high impact journal that are of high standard. We will look at those randomly. It will take me an amount of time. I will have said we should also do those articles that were below average randomly, but it will take some time. So I've taken my time to sort out some articles which I deem below average in quality and that were not professionally formatted. So when you are writing your article, it will ring that no, this should not be done this way, this should be done this way. But before we go into that, colleagues, I want us to do to clear some ears or to clear air or to have, to address some issues which has been on ground for quite some time now. Number one is the issue of systematic literature review. As at this evening, we have been able to come up with the updated version of that list. So those who don't have their names or who did not have their names initially, at the end of this, by tomorrow morning, the list would, okay, maybe I should do it this way. Just a moment. If you check the resource section of your dashboard now, that would have been uploaded. I've uploaded it, and everyone should have an access to download it. So that is that about that. So everybody have been allocated to a group, and if you know you want to change your group, you can go ahead and do that. But now, what I want to highlight for every one of us to note is that you can choose, you can choose to join a group of your choice outside where you are allocated. You have the freedom to do that. 2, as from this moment, after this class rather, we are going to upload that file on the WhatsApp group also. So we are going to make it to be, we are going to number it group 1, group 2, group 3, till the last group. Then we would suggest that an individual volunteer to be the group leader. So if the person says, okay, I am group 1 leader or coordinator, if I can use that word, coordinator, the person that identifies as the group coordinator should create a WhatsApp group and indicate in the group that I have created a group named so and so. Then everybody under that list should join that group so that from there they can kickstart their activities. Colleagues, I hope this is clear. If this instruction is clear, please indicate.
Very clear, Doctor.
Right?
Doctor, it's clear. Very clear, Doctor.
Okay.
It's okay.
So we will make the.
It's very clear, sir.
Thank you.
Please, sir, where do you say we can find the list of the groups now in our listing?
The list of the group. Okay, let me upload it to the group, the general group. I think that will be fine. It has been uploaded on the website, but let me upload it in the group so that we can have everybody can have access to it right now. I'm doing that right away. Sorry, just a minute.
And then the next, see that it's almost 600 cities.
All right. Just a minute. The new list has been uploaded to our group. That person should please mute. We are discussing. If the person is not ready to be part of this discussion, the person should mute, please. Dr. Edwin, you are talking. All right. So colleagues, we have uploaded the list to the group. But please, let that not be a distraction now, because we have a number of things to attend to. We can always do that thereafter, after now. That's number one thing. Number two thing is that those who do not have, who said they do not have access to APC free journal, that is journals where they can publish free of charge, as at the time we made it open about 3 weeks ago or thereabout, or about a month ago. Please, in all fairness, stay to the end of today's class. We will attend to you on one-on-one basis. We'll make available to you journals where you can publish in your field. I think that makes it better. So wait till the end of this evening call. Alternatively, because of the time that might take, because it might take a bit of time, and I cannot guarantee the amount of data that you have and power you have on your device, because we notice for quite some time now people are dropping off at some point because of these reasons. So in alternative, I think maybe we should make it this way. Let's forget about after the class today. Let's do it this way. At about 8 o'clock or 7:30 tomorrow, same time for this class, let's have a 30 minutes, there will be a window of 30 minutes between 7:30 and 8 o'clock for those who do not have access or who have not accessed free journal where they can publish. We're going to have a brief chat, and we're going to make available to them journals where they can publish their articles. But in the meantime, please do something for us. Private chat, Dr. Enebe, make your focus, your study focus. Just write, my name is this. This is the area I want to publish. That is the keyword or your topic that you want to publish, or your abstract. I think that will be fine. Your title of your article and the abstract. Make it available. Or if you can describe it, if you don't have an abstract yet, or you make keyword that describe the area you want to publish, make them available to Dr. Enebe. She will collate it by 7:30 tomorrow in the evening. We will make available to you journals where you can publish free of charge. I think that would be a good deal. Is that accepted?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
It is accepted.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So I'm going to mute the mic now as we proceed into this evening class. Once again, I welcome everyone to this evening class. I hope it's going to be a productive one for every one of us. And please, let's pay attention to some of the things we are going to be discussing. Where I stopped before we diverted or digressed was the fact that some things are very basic in article writing, and those are the things that work against even some so-called, if I can use the word, elders in publishing or elders in academia. When I say elders, those who have climb the ladder of academia to a level, and they still find it difficult or have challenges in breaking into the global space as far as academic publishing is concerned. And one of the mistakes is that the fact that people have published extensively at the local and regional level, they keep wondering, why is my article getting rejected at the global space? As I said earlier, many of us are from non-native speaking countries. When I mean non-native, not native English speaking countries. And there are the way we express ourselves when we are writing. In fact, some cases we literally translate our English to our country, we literally translate our language to English. And the native speakers, who are the people that will read our work, sometimes they become astonished. What kind of grammar is this person speaking? And all the rest of them. So, like I said, your article may have the best of data, the best of results, but the communication, which is what brought us together in this writing or in this training, might be an issue. Please kindly permit me in 1 minute. Let me find out if everything is fine. Thank you. I'm back. So, it is important for us to take seriously how we format our manuscripts. What are the quality assurance steps that we need to take when we are formatting? Okay? Before I continue, let me share something with us and let's see if we can make sense of it. All right. Okay, please, can you see my screen? Yeah, let me open the mic now so that we can start from there. Let's just look at this together. Just a moment. I want to unmute the mic. So I've unmuted the mic. Everybody can see now. So I just want us to do a little exercise, just using abstracts as an example. Please, let everybody. Wow, why are people doing this, for God's sake? Dr. Nelly.
Yes, doctor.
There is a background noise from your side. Please. All right. Please, I want us to read the abstract we have on the screen and see if you can make comments on the abstract. What can you say about the abstract you have on the screen? Before we go into this evening class, I just want us to have, a discussion. What are the things that are not proper? What are the things that are proper? Properly done and not properly done. Please read and make comments. Going by what we have done in this training. Remember, what we are talking about this evening is quality assurance, and professional formatting. Quality assurance include how you express and how the expression of how you express yourself, the writing flow, observation of or adherence to the etiquette of abstract writing, which we extensively talked about, discussed in this course. I'm giving us time to read, and I will be so glad if people can make contribution right from the flow, attention to the necessary components of an abstract. The English construction. I just want to have a feel of the participants to see if they can spot these things, because this article has been published and some people have cited this article. You remember, we keep saying something in this training that the fact that an article is published does not qualify it to be cited. So, can I have the first volunteer?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I think first it will be very good if you paint the background knowledge of that aspect you're talking about before going to start saying what you are doing, and then showing the gap. So I really don't see this person giving the background or showing the gap before start saying this is what we are doing.
Please, I want to see everybody give him a clap, please. A clap, please, a resounding one. Can we give him a clap, please? Please, with your emoji, please give the person a clap. That's a very nice one, a very good observation. Very nice one. Dr. Agatha, we are listening to you. Dr. Benjamin? Dr. Nelly?
Yes, good evening, Doc.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, my observation too is that in the first part.
We are not hearing you. Please, you can remove your earpiece.
Someone on the background. Please, just move the mic.
Sorry, Dr. Benjamin, are you the one talking?
No.
All right, let me.
Yes. Thank you. No, good evening.
Good evening,
My
sir.
observation is that the first sentence used the passive voice, so we did not bring in the problem and then the gap that he wants to address. The second issue I observe is also that he didn't bring the objectives or the main objective that he wants to answer or research question.
I'm clapping for you already. I'm clapping for you. Go ahead, please.
And he went ahead to bring the population of the study and then down to the method. Then he jumped up again to his findings. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm clapping for you. If others can do that, I would like that. Okay, any other person?
Okay, can I talk, please?
Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, doctor.
Good evening, sir. Please go ahead.
From my own observation, even though they've mentioned one or two, but looking at the sample size, the population is not clear too. It's not clearly stated.
Okay.
So I feel it's just vague. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Thank you so much. That's another good one. Yeah. Without wasting much of our time, or is there anybody that wants to say something again? All right. Let's continue. You will see from this slide or from this screen and this study, this individual, what we have spoken to all so far with their technicalities, which is very nice, 100% correct. All the contributors made 100% sense. That is in the technical aspect. Okay? So, looking at this abstract, you will find out that There was nothing like previous background knowledge. There is nothing like previous knowledge, and there is nothing like there is no objective. And even the methodology and is not well woven together to be a distinct methodology session. Okay. Another thing is what is it called now? The findings were not well articulated. Now, for example, it says, by establishing the link between teachers' qualities and its effect on students' performance in fine art and applied art, the research verified that teachers' qualities, specifically the independent variables such as teacher qualification, teachers' experience, teachers' subject mastery, teachers' motivation, have impact on the dependent variable being students' academic performance in determining statistically. The important implication, you see, I thank everybody who have contributed. You have made, great contributions. But colleagues, what we want to look at this evening is more of the act of crafting what you want to say. I have known this for a very long time, and it has shaped the way I speak. It has shaped the way I express myself. And what is it? The substance of what you want to say is of equal importance to that thing that you want to say. I say it again. The substance of the point you want to make is of equal importance to, or as the way you say it. The manner of communication matters. You can have a good point, but expressing it can make it a bad point altogether. This individual truly carried out this research, but at the point of expression, it's something else. I have decided to make it anonymous to a very good extent. So now the same thing goes for your manuscript. All the technicalities that we have learned in this study, if you get to the area of, if you get to introduction, let's look at this introduction for a moment. Introduction. I'm going somewhere. When you look at the introduction, you will find out that, okay, the mic is still open. Is there anything that looks like hook in this introduction? Rather, the introduction starts with a definition of what education is.
Yes.
Are you getting the point?
Yes, doctor.
It starts with education. There is no hook. It starts with definition. All right. I go back to the what is it called? I go back to the abstract. Now, as I said earlier, many of us are from global south. We were taught, some of us were taught English with our mother tongue. So now when we want to write English, we first of all we interpret it and bring it out using our mother tongue and write it that way, direct interpretation. So when you are writing for those who are the owners of the knowledge, of the language, these type of expressions are put off. They are red signals. I highlight a few to you in this abstract. The study was motivated by, it's even off ethics or off convention. What we want to know at this point, by what we have learned in this study, is the background knowledge or what is known. And the study was motivated is a passive English, a passive expression. The fact that the objective is even missing altogether is another thing. That's not even where we are going. Okay, the research question were answered using means of. Another one, the important implication of the results, which also have practical implication. The important implication of the result, which also have practical implication, include guiding policies on hiring, teacher retaliation strategy, and all that. Now, you'll find out that this is also a direct English interpretation from his or her language to. So then another thing you will see is, look at this. These are some of the things I just want us to see before we go into the main class. The reason is because by the time I start expressing this, it will resonate with what we have seen earlier. Now look at this statement, for instance. Look at the statement that I just highlighted. Can you see how long that statement is? Is a no. Is off.
Yeah. Seriously off.
Is off. So, and these are the ways many people write. This is the way many people write. So, and even in the while expressing, and that is to note, the point we are trying to make by that is that avoid unnecessarily long sentences when you are writing. Another thing is, the result of this research is useful for policy. Can you see now that is a direct English interpretation from the person's language to English directly? I'm just calling our attention to some of these things. So, second, the same variable such as teacher certification, experience, this and that up to this point is also a long sentence. When the sentence is becoming almost 3 lines, is too long, except in exceptional cases, and you must be a very good writer of English or a communicator in English to make it reasonable. So, these are some of the things we want to look at this evening. And you see, the English is so basic. We're not saying you should be a grammarian, but the fact remains that when it comes to publishing in high impact journals, there are some soft skills that can override, as a wrong use of those soft skills or not being able to use those soft skills can override the quality of your data altogether. And the person will say, after all, my analysis is superb, my data, my methodology is superb. But how do you communicate it? Because people that are going to read it, many of them, they are English speakers, they are native English speakers. So let's go back into, we're going to see one or two more, but before then, let's just go into our training, our class. I believe my slide should be on now. So let's start with using consistent tenses in various sessions. When it comes to article writing, the correct use of verb tense guides your reader. Clarify the timeline of events, the argument you are putting forth, and the findings in each section of your article. In high impact journal, you are expected to use or to be consistent intentionally.
Excel.
Hello?
Look, I can't see your slide.
Oh, my slide. I can see mine on my second device. Please check. Other people, colleagues, can you see the slide?
Yes, doctor.
Yes,
All right. So please, check. Refresh your screen.
Maybe I'll
Or connect again. All right. So what are we talking about? We're talking about consistent tenses. Each part of of an article, each section of an article has tenses that go with them. In our basic education, right from primary school, we were taught present, past, and past participle. Their usage hold true in a journal article. And in a journal article, where you are supposed to use present tense, you don't use past tense. Where you are supposed to use past tense, you don't use past present tense. Where you are to use past participle, you don't use past present tense. Each section of an article is, attracts a tense that should be used. Like I said, many people have dropped off this training because they believe we have reached the conclusion session. Unfortunately, even if they are able to put to practice what they have been able to learn up onto the conclusion session, but they are still expressing themselves the way they used to, the result will still be rejection. So it is important for us to be very intentional in the choice of tenses when we are writing different parts of an article. Let's start with the abstract. Using consistent tense in abstract has to do with different sections of the abstract. For example, if you are writing the introduction, the background or general knowledge section, you should use past tense. Sorry, I beg your pardon, present tense. I beg your pardon, present tense. For instance, diabetes is a chronic disease affecting millions worldwide. In engineering, it can be stated as follows. Wireless sensor networks offer scalable monitoring solution. Now, in these two statements that we have made, in these two general knowledge statements, what make this statement present is and offer. They are in present tense. So while writing the general knowledge in your abstracts, make them present. When you get to the method section, they are about what you have done. You are reporting what has been done. So you are expected to use the past tense. In social sciences, it could be expressed as we surveyed 300 teachers on classroom management. In environmental science, it could be air samples were collected in August 2024. Please, as our convention is in this class, it's not about this class, it's about these disciplines alone. Just remove those disciplines and put your discipline there, or put your own abstract there. So it's not about discipline. We just decide to make it, a variety so that people will not think it's all about one particular area. So let's look at the results section. The results section is expected to be expressed or written in past tense. For example, in education also, students improved their scores by. In engineering, we can say that the performance, the efficiency was improved. The previous efficiency was improved, or improved rather, at so percentage. In business science, it could be there was 32% increase in ROI.
Hello? Yes, landlord. I'm having a meeting. Let me finish. Around 10.
Then, another one is in agric. We see maize yields increased under drip irrigation. So in other words, when you are reporting your result session, it should be in past tense. These are things that are very subtle. You see, I was discussing with Dr. Enebe after our last class, and I actually did not know that she shared the same opinion with me. That when people saw us talking about references, people would just come to class and say, this is about the references. They zoom off. It's talking about this, it's too basic. They zoom off. Now, the same thing goes for the class of this evening. Like I said, have a good data. Miss this part, the result is still rejection. Conclusion and implication. Present tense is what is expected. Past tense, when you want to make reference to perhaps a specific study. But in this case, when you are concluding, you should conclude with present tense. That is, the findings of this study suggest a need for revised policy. That is present tense. But when you want to talk about the implication also should be in present tense. But if you want to make reference, of which one seldomly does, it doesn't even align in most cases for you to make reference to what has been done in the past at that point. It is expected that you talk about what is the result, what is your conclusion from the results, and you move forward to talk about what the implication is, that if this is implemented, how it can turn out, could come up with a past tense. That is, if, for example, if this result is implemented, it can prompt the achievement, or if this result is implemented, or if this finding is implemented, the implication on education quality can be achieved. The SDG 4 objective can be achieved, or can be achieved, or could be achieved. So in that case, you are talking about implication, but of course, in the implication you have, the English is crafted in a way that a past tense, is used, but not, you are talking in futuristic time and something that is probable, but at the same time, achieved comes in because of the way it's expressed. But basically, when you are expressing conclusion, it should be in present tense. So that is just that about the abstract. So basically, to round up on this, your background or general knowledge should be in present tense. The method should be in past tense. The result should be expressed in past tense. The conclusion and implication, the present tense for conclusion, and it could be a mix of present or past. When you are talking about implication, it depends on how you craft it. Let's go to the introduction part of the study. Still talking about the use of tenses in various sections of an article. For you to establish the current knowledge, general knowledge, or you want to talk about the hook aspect, it still comes with the present tense. Why? What you are talking about, you want to make it as present as possible. You want to make it look as if it's a problem that still needs attention. You want to bring in the recency. So you don't use past tense here because you are establishing the hook. You are bringing forth. What is going on? You are sorry, please. My system is acting up. I don't want us to miss anything in this class this evening. So, please, am I still audible to you?
Yes.
All right, thank you. So,
Yeah, you are.
all right, thank you. So, at the hook level, up onto the middle or up onto the second paragraph, your expression should still be in present tense. As you can see on the screen, cervical cancer remains a leading cause of death among women worldwide. Soil erosion contributes to reduce agricultural productivity. These are ways of writing in present tense and also infusing recency into the problem, because if you are talking in the past tense, it's most likely that the reader, the editor, the reviewer will say, okay, you're talking about what has happened in the past. What is going on about the present as far as this issue is concerned? So, very important. Now, when you leave that part, as we have earlier learned, down to the middle of the first paragraph, of the introduction, you will have to talk about previous studies. While talking about previous studies, your expression should be present perfect or present tense. If the knowledge is still applicable, you make use of present tense. Past tense for studies that have been completed. Okay? And of course, if you want to dispute those work that have been completed, you can also use past tense. So, for example, if you want to start talking about recent studies now, we all know exactly where to start this. That previous studies, recent studies, extant literature have shown that so and so and so. Another one is that, okay, present tense or present perfect, or you make use of past tense. It all depends. The first one we are looking at is present tense. Recent studies have shown that community engagement improves health outcomes. Now look at how these two words are used. The first one is a phrase. The second one is a verb. The first one says recent studies have shown. That's past participle. While engagement improves, that is still saying that, okay, it's a present continuous tense. Then look at the second one. Smith et al. Found that motivation was highest in collaborative classroom. So when you look at these two statements, you will find out that the first one combined past participle with present continuous tense, while the second one is in the past tense. So the way you express this part requires the mastery of tenses. Very, very important. Then, what about the method section? When you go to the method section, these are the actions that is assumed that you have performed. They are actions you've performed and you are expected to report them in the past tense. We conducted focus group interview with policymakers. 3 prototypes were built and tested under field conditions. Data were analyzed using SPSS version 26. So, as you can see, every of these expressions are in past tense. So when writing the method section, every expression should be in the past. Let's look at the results section. In the results section, when you start writing, this is assumed that you have conducted a study, you have analyzed the data, So while reporting it, your findings should be in the past tense also. Students, for example, students reported increased satisfaction after using the new platform. Students reported increased satisfaction. Reported, not report. Now, the sensor detected contaminants in 92% of samples. Detected. So while writing the result section, the tense should be in the past. Please permit me one more time. I said the other time that my system seemed to be acting up, and quickly 1 minute. Let me test if what we are recording is retained. Just a minute, please. All right, colleagues, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. So now, the result session should be described or written in the past tense. Let's move to the next. What about the discussion session? The discussion session is the place where you interpret your findings. You should use present tense when discussing the implication and the meaning. And when you want to now corroborate or contradict your findings with previous studies, then you make use of the past tense. So let's look at an example. These results indicates, can you see the word indicates is a present tense, an urgent need for teacher training. Another one, the current model explains 85% of observed variance. 3, our data supports the hypothesis. Sorry, that should be, our data support the hypothesis that, I beg your pardon, that supported should be support. Okay? Now, that's correct. I beg your pardon. Yeah, it supports. It should be in present tense, not past tense. Then, when you want to compare your work to previous study, present perfect or past tense will be better. And now you remember, the moment you state what you found out, the next thing, which will be in present tense, the result indicates, and now you want to juxtapose your work with previous work. That is, it is in the discussion session that we make use of previous studies, either those that corroborate our findings or those that contradict it. So by the time you want to start comparing your work to previous studies, that is when you begin to use the past perfect or the present perfect or past tense. Similar trends have been reported in studies from Kenya and Nigeria. Now you can now start mentioning authors and citing what they have done. For instance, so and so and so, explore so and so and found so. The next one is previous researchers found contrasting results in rural regions. Then you can now name those studies, those authors and what they found out, just to corroborate or to contradict what you have found out. So this is how tenses shape our reporting in research. How about the conclusion section? The conclusion section of the article should be written in the past tense, and the general implication should be written in the present tense. Okay? For instance, if you still remember what we did in the conclusion when we were talking about, am I not sharing my screen? I should be sharing my screen. My second screen is not moving. Let me find out from you. Okay, it's moving. Sorry. Yeah. So, what I'm saying is that if you remember what we did in conclusion during our previous classes, we said the conclusion is you start the conclusion with you refreshing the mind of the reader about what the focus of the study is. As you can see on the screen, now you see in expressing that, for that very first statement in the introduction, it has to be expressed in past tense because it has been done, it's a work that has been concluded. So you start the conclusion session, the first statement should be in the past tense, such as this study assessed current use of e-learning tools. Whatever your study is, please put it there. This study did this. This study examined. This study explored. This study, whatever word you want to use. Remember, we have shared with you a compendium of phrases, a phrase bank that you can use at different points in article writing. Let me see if I can lay my hand on one here. Phrase bank. So, if you check those phrase bank, they will give you a ton of, these phrases and how you can use them when you are writing. So, when you want to write general implication, it should be in present tense because you are trying to make it, you have found out something, oh, good, great. The implication now should be how it is of use or serve a purpose currently. So, expressions such as effective supervision reduces research attrition. You see that? So, you can see that, okay, the outcome, the outcome is that effective supervision reduce research attrition. So it's simply, that is to say, maybe the outcome of this study is that, the focus of the study is that without effective supervision, students drop out of postgraduate studies. So now you want to bring it to the present that, okay, I've conducted this research. And you have one of your major findings is that effective supervision leads to higher rate of graduation or increased graduation. So now what is the implication? The implication is that this study shows that, the implication of this study is that, or one of the implications of this study is that effective supervision reduces research attrition, meaning if students are properly, they are properly supervised, they will not drop out of their studies. What about the next one? Sustainable water management is fundamental to rural economies. So you are bringing it forward as, now you are expressing yourself as, that is, this is what I have done. So I can say now that sustainable water management is fundamental to rural economies. So now you can see the conclusion starts from the past tense, but now that you want to make your work meaningful, telling the people, or you express the importance of your work, the significance, the implication. While expressing it, express it in a way that is present, meaning that your result is applicable even at the present time. These are very, very, very important that we should take note of when we are writing. They seem so basic, they seem so negligible, but I can tell you, they can determine if your article will be accepted or rejected. I want to open the mic for a moment for us to ask questions or to make an observation in 1, 2, 3 minutes before we proceed. The mic is open. Question? Dr. Agatha, your hand is up. Dr. Benjamin, your hand is up. Dr. Emmanuel. Is anybody asking question? I can see hands up. No voice is following.
Okay, Doctor, hello.
Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Doctor. This lecture is very, very interesting. I want to plead that the recordings, I don't know how long you will allow it to be with us, so that we can always have access of it. In case we are writing, you can always go there and use it as a reference point to checkmate what we are doing, please. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. The recording will be made available online after this. That's why I keep checking. We lost the recording of the last class. It's painful. It's so painful. So, but this time around, we are sure that we are not losing any of the recording. So we'll make them available.
Yes, sir. I'm talking about the durability of it at that platform. If after some time you put it down, or it's going to just be there for us, please.
It will be there. It's there. It's there.
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome, sir. Okay, the next person. All right. Let's continue since we don't have.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, sir. We can hear you. Dr. Adeusi.
Hello.
Good evening, ma'am. Thank you. Please go ahead. Good evening, Dr. Adebisi. We can hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I was unable to connect to your slides at the tail part of the discussion.
Hello? Somebody's. Hello, please. Please, if you are using earpiece or mouthpiece or whatever, remove it and speak to the phone. If you are using mouthpiece, we cannot hear you.
Hello?
Hello, please go ahead. Good evening. Please go ahead.
I wanted to ask, is it possible for us to do a draft and then send it to you for you to help us check before we even dispatch the paper?
That is the reason why we said people should write. I've been begging since the beginning of this training. Write and put it in the article builder. Send it to us. We'll review and send back to you. That's one of the promises we made. But we only have handful. But we believe people are busy. It's also understandable. So yes,
the training,
yes.
the training
Come again.
I said we'll fulfill that promise before the training ends.
All right, it's fine. Thank you so much.
I'm working on something. Yeah. Hello, good evening, Doc.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Please, my consistent, although I've been having challenges with the audio of my system. This is Dr. Nancy.
Dr. Nancy, it's been more than 4 or 5 times now. It's so painful that we can't hear you.
Yeah, it is from my system. I've been working on it.
I see.
Yes, please. The question I want to ask is, I'm not yet clear on how to present the abstract before the main work. What we are taught is that after the whole process is concluded, then you draft your abstract. But from what I'm learning here, is like we have an abstract before we go into the study proper, and I don't get it clear. I need to be clarified, please.
All right. I want to strongly believe that you missed that class. We did extensive training on how to write the abstract. The reason why we have to do that at that point, and I also alluded, I confirm what you are saying, that we said that abstract should be written after the whole work. After you have completed your article, especially your findings and discussion session.
Yes.
All right. But even at that, we took a class, or we treated how to write an abstract in a class, and what are the things that should be the components of an abstract. We did it. Maybe you go and watch one of the videos. We detail it, very detailed. And you can see that members of the class were able to contribute when I was asking questions about abstract. So I advise that you watch that part. Nevertheless, I don't know, maybe next week we can touch on it just a little bit. There is a way an abstract should flow. So we have already covered it. If I can lay my hand on that part, or what the previous videos, you can just take advantage of that.
Okay, that's how to write it before the study. That's my confusion.
You can write it before the study because you have an idea of what you want to write. It's just that the only thing you don't know when you want to write the abstract is you are not sure of the findings and you cannot conclude yet. So basically, you have an idea of the general knowledge in that field, you have an idea of the objective you want to achieve, you have an idea of the method you want to use, you have an idea of, so you are not so sure of what the result might be eventually, but you can write it tentatively that it is hope that, do you get what I'm saying now? That is the findings now. It is hope that, so you have a tentative expectation, and of course you cannot conclude until, so we just highlighted that because it is possible sometimes that if a journal calls for abstracts or a conference calls for an abstract, you can use that knowledge to craft an abstract for a study that you have not even carried out, but you already have. Remember, you must have what is called the conceptual notes, or what name do we give to it now? Concept notes.
Concept notes,
You
yes.
should have a concept note. So your concept note will give you a roadmap, a blueprint of what your study is likely to end up with. You don't have an idea yet, so you cannot conclude, and you don't have a finding. It is anticipated. That's what you use at that point, at those points. But for a study that is concluded, we trashed it to a very good extent. So please watch the video.
I will do that.
All right,
And
thank
this
you.
is just a testimony of the work that was done on my system.
Oh.
And I'm so excited that I could get through to you.
Oh, I'm glad to listen to you also, because I can see how you struggle to talk to
It has
us,
not-
and we could not hear you. That's a nice one.
But another thing, please.
Yeah,
On the article builder,
yeah.
I couldn't access it. When someone asked a question and you asked us to type in the title of our study,
Yeah.
the title. I tried doing that, but I couldn't get through. I was stuck.
Oh,
That following the format that you gave to us, from after the abstract, the title, and all of that.
okay.
The title I submitted for review.
Okay.
I tried to edit it so that
Okay.
I from there, but I could not.
All right. This is what is going to happen. We have a session with some people tomorrow by 7:30. So please wait till that time. You can join them so that we can look at your screen. Share your screen with us. We want to see what you're experiencing. I think that will be fine.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome, ma'am. So please, let's go back to our class so that we can cover what we have for today. Hello.
Please, doctor, I want you to point out one thing, please.
All right.
Hello?
Go
Okay. Mine is on this Zotero, this reference manager. He said we should download.
Okay.
I tried downloading it, and what came out was set extensions and theme. So I tried inserting all that I thought of. I'm derailing from the process.
All right.
So what will I insert? The right keywords, or what exactly am I supposed to input in search extensions and theme?
Okay. I think you two, you may have to join tomorrow's class. Let's see what we can do within 5 minutes with you. We'll share your screen with us, then we can from there pick it up.
Yes, doctor.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
evening.
Good
Evening,
evening.
doctor.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
good evening, doc.
Good evening,
It's
sir.
an appeal. Good evening, doc. Mine is an appeal I want to make again, if it's possible, because you see, since some of us we have not finished the article writing, even though we have started. I want to make an appeal that if it's possible for the database again, so maybe be free for maybe 1 or 2 hours again, so that we can pick out 1 or 2 things before the end of the program, because getting ready.
Hello.
It's not the new subscribe, it will not allow you.
Come again. You are not. The last part of your speech was not clear. You were off.
Okay, I'm talking about the opening of database, all these databases we use.
For all right, okay. We said something. Yeah, I got your point. We said it's like you came late to this. To this class this evening. What we said is this: those who could not locate journals where they can publish free of charge, when we open it, they should meet us tomorrow by 7:30. We're going to have a 30 minutes meeting. We're going to fish out journals for you where you can publish free of charge. I think that's what we agreed on as a nice deal for everyone. For those, please, not everybody. Let's be sincere. For those who did not get journals, they can publish free of charge. Please, those are the people that should meet us. We have 30 minutes meeting for tomorrow. Please, you can join them. We'll do it very fast.
7:30.
Yes, exactly.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's go back to our class, please. We can ask questions after that, so that we can finish what we have for today.
Please, Doc, is it 7:30?
Hello.
7:30 in the morning or evening?
Evening. Everybody should be. Those who are going to church should be in church by 7:30. We are going to church tomorrow, so that will be evening, please.
Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. So, colleagues, we're going back to the class. The next thing we want to talk about is still talking about skills that seem so basic, skills that seem so minute and inconsequential, that get article rejected, are the things we are talking about this evening. And next one is, how clear are your expression? You remember, I showed us the other time an article, this very article. You can see how the person expressed him or herself from this point to this point, just in one single statement. This is confusing. This is not clear. This is not a clear way of writing. This is not a smart way of writing, of communication. Let me open another one for us. Let's look at this abstract, for example. Can you see the way it's written? The abstract is written this way, saying that this study delves into the intricate relationship between teacher professionalism, adherence to the code of conduct, commitment, and their overall performance in both classroom settings and extracurricular activities. I open the mic again. Let's talk. So interesting. Let me open the mic. What can we make of? Okay, let me see. Continue. Let's be reading. Read with me as I read.
Okay.
The study delves into the intricate. This is a published article. The study delves into the intricate relationship between teacher professionalism, adherence to the code of conduct, commitment, and their overall performance in both classroom settings and extracurricular activities. The findings reveal a clear and significant correlation between high level of professionalism and strict adherence to the code of conduct with exceptional performance in various teaching settings. This suggests that teachers who uphold these standards are more likely to excel in their roles. Interestingly, the study uncovered an unexpected result.
Thank God.
There is no relationship between teachers' commitment and their performance outcome. These discrepancies challenges conventional expectation, indicating that commitment alone may not indirectly influence performance level. Despite this, the research underscored the profound impact that teachers' attitude. Please, who can make sense of what is on the screen and make a comment? What do you think has happened?
Hello, doctor.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to give it a try.
All right.
Okay, I observed that the background was not done.
Okay.
No objective was captured.
Okay.
And the methodology of the study was not mentioned. We just started with the findings. So,
Did anybody agree with her?
Well, yes, doctor.
Yes.
I think this abstract is quite poor. How will you start start the study trying to tell us what you have done? It was supposed to be holistic. It was supposed to give a preview of the study.
Okay.
A preview of the study starting from the end, but they just delved into it and it was not giving story. So the abstract is really poor.
Thank you.
Yeah, doctor.
Okay.
I also observed that his introduction or the first paragraph is loaded with a number of variables, and I don't know how he's going to measure them. The result that he has turned out. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You see, from what we are seeing this evening, all right, go ahead, please.
Sorry. Okay, I think the two things poorly arranged. It's not really professional.
Okay.
Because you don't delve into, rightly said, into conclusion without even telling us how you arrive at your conclusion. So everything should be systematic. The whole thing is very unsystematic and very, in fact, it's just, he placed so many things, the things that are supposed to come before, place them later, and things that are supposed to come later, you put them forward. So a lot of mix-ups in this abstract. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You see, I'm really happy that people are able to vet articles, even from these little things that are and I'm sure that if we go to other parts of the articles, you will also have things to say. I'm glad, I'm happy with this feedback. Now, it's not only about having this feedback that makes me happy. It's one thing that also ring in my head is the fact that this training will not only make you a good writer, it will also make you a good reviewer. Now you know what is expected in what part of an article. So the ripple effect of this training is not only about you, but the impact you can make in others' work. It really gladdens my heart, because at a glance you can spot what is a good abstract, what is a bad abstract. So it gladdens my heart that it's resonating with you. And another thing that you should know, I keep saying something from the beginning of this class. This evening, something just dawned on me. And what is it? Is the fact that I keep reiterating the fact that we play down on the use of artificial intelligence. It doesn't make me feel bad, because our conviction is that if people don't know how to do a thing, if you use an artificial intelligence, it will give you a poor result, because in the first place you don't have the fundamentals. And I can say for sure now that for those who have attended this training, if you want to make use of artificial intelligence in writing, you know exactly the right prompt. You know exactly what, even if you don't know the right prompt yet, you know that if an artificial intelligence garbage out something for you, you can vet it and say, no, this should not be here. Without any doubt, this abstract you are seeing before me is written with AI. It was written with AI. Does anybody agree with me? If you disagree, I will begin to point out the loopholes for you.
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
Now, this is to tell you.
Written with AI.
Huh? Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Yes, I agree with.
So that is to tell you that if you don't know the nitty-gritty of writing, have the best of AI, the person will mess up. Now, look at this word. Delve into is a phrase from AI. Intricate is a word often used by AI. This long dash is often used by AI. And even the overall is often used by AI. And the way the whole thing is woven up without a structure is a clear indication that this person did not have an idea of what an abstract should look like. He only took what AI garbaged out and he garbaged it in. Agreed?
Yes.
So this is where the danger of using AI without knowing the nitty-gritty of writing, this is where it lies. You cannot submit this article to a high-impact journal. As it's landing, it's getting back to the sender almost immediately. So that is it. And if you look at it, look at the introduction, for example. Can you see the introduction? Okay. What quality of a good journal does this introduction have? Look at now introduction. Look at the introduction. At the end, you expect to see what is the objective, even though it's a paragraph introduction. There's nothing about the previous work. There's nothing about hook. There's nothing about what is the importance of the work. There's nothing about the gap. There's nothing about the objective. And this work was published. Let's go down. Literature review. You see, according to the quality of education in the nation can be determined by this and that, and all the rest of them. The causes of poor academic performance, relationship between teacher, when there is no objective in the first place. I think you can see how people write and how you can benchmark your knowledge with what people are writing, and look at the methodology section. Look at the research design. The area of study, population in 2 lines, research design in 3 lines or 3.5 lines, sample size in 2 lines. So look at the validity of instruments, what was used, look at what he used. The instrument underwent phase validity by experts. What about other form of validity instrument that can be used? Research instrument described in 3 lines and all that. The discussion session, you can see now this individual is presenting results in the discussion session. I don't know if you have seen what I'm seeing. Hello, everyone.
Where with you?
Okay, presentation
yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, presentation of data under discussion. I'm saying I don't know if it's a new style. I don't know. Somebody can put me right. Okay. This is another discussion again. So, what are we trying to say this evening? You can see the way the person starts the conclusion. The study found that what was done, there was nothing like. So, you can see that all the etiquettes of writing, all the ethics and skills in writing is largely missing. In fact, it's off for this article. Let me look at another one. I won't take much time on that. Then we move and conclude for the day. Here is another one. Now, this one is in the area of environmental studies. Climate change is an adverse environmental phenomenon that is causing phenomenon. Yeah. These anomalies include this, that's the background knowledge, let's assume. Now, in fact, global warming has already begun as this and that and that and that and that and that for so years. Nigeria is one of the world's most densely populated this and that. Climate change globally, this and that and that. Still telling, this is an abstract. This paper provides a strong starting point. No objective, no methodology, nothing whatsoever. No conclusion, no findings. It is still an article that was. It is still this article was also published. So, you see, these are the things that people churn out. So that is just that about that. Let's go back to our study our class as we begin to round up. So you see, those studies lack clarity. They are just complex, and they want to prove that okay, we know this thing. We'll prove it to you. It's about skills on how to structure, how to mature your points. What are the things to be used? How do you make use of those tenses? Where do they belong? Let's quickly look at this section. Clarity over complexity in writing. High impact journal expect you to be clear, not drama. The last one we just saw is a drama. So if a sentence can be said in a simple way, make it as simple as you can. Both editors and reviewers, they want sentences that are on point, not confusing or mistakable. So while writing, what are the core principles that should guide you in terms of clarity? Let the main actor, let it be earlier in the study. In this case, avoid as much as possible, when necessary, except is unavoidable, the use of passive voices. Readers understand sentences faster when they see the main subject first. Don't bury your main point or the actor in the at the end of your expression. We are going to see an example shortly. Use strong verb. You can see in one of the articles that we just saw, you see unnecessary redundant word, filler words, and those are the things when the reason why Turnitin or plagiarism detector or not plagiarism now, of course they do both, AI detector, one of the things that AI detector detects are redundant and filler words, such as the one we just saw in that study where the individual was saying that this study delves into the intricate relationship. Those are filler words. Simple statement. This study examine, period. But things like this study delve into the intricate relationship, no. There's nothing like clarity and use of the right words in those places. They are all filler words, mere filler words. So go straight to the point. Another thing is express one idea per sentence. It is sometimes when a sentence is too long and you are bringing in two things into the same stuff, it gets muddled up. Each sentence should make exactly one important point. Avoid run-ons that blur several ideas together in one single sentence. Also, avoid trying to sound clever. Unnecessary complexity and jargons, the one I've just read now, is unnecessary complexity and jargons. They don't impress reviewers. Be smart. Go straight to the point. Let's look at examples. Public health. This is an example of what you can find in public health as a jargon or as, not a smart way of writing. For example, if a statement says, in the light of ongoing epidemiological transitions, the current research endeavors to shed light upon the complex interplay between dietary habits, genetic predisposition, and the manifestation of non-communicable diseases among urban populations. Grammar, confusion. Even before you get to the end of the statement, you are forgetting what was the earlier statement made, or what is this person is really trying to say. So long sentences, filler words doesn't make sense in academic writing, except it's exceptionally necessary, and you should have a command of that expression to the degree that anybody that reads it will make sense of it. So look at the better way of writing what has been expressed up in about how many lines now? Almost 3.5 lines. It can be said succinctly this way: the research investigates how diet and genetic affect rates of non-communicable diseases in urban population, period. So, then let's look at another one. The present investigation seeks to explore the multifaceted implications of school leaders' emotional competencies as they pertain to cultivation of productive teacher behaviors within complex educational ecosystem. This can as well be expressed in simple 2 lines. This cannot even be up to 2 lines if it's not because, this statement is bold. So it can be said simply as: this study examines how school leaders' emotional competencies influence teacher professional behavior in public secondary school, period. Then, what about more examples in our Greek? The objective of the current study was to comprehensively assess and elucidate the influence of conventional agricultural practices upon soil organic matters dynamics. Confusion, long sentence. It could as well be stated as: this study assesses how conservation agricultural practices affect soil organic matter. Why are we driving at this evening? If you have a manuscript that have a lot of filler words, redundant words, it is better you adopt a simple way of writing with clarity. That's what they want. Because it's headache when somebody read 3.5 lines of a statement and he's trying to make sense. What exactly is this person talking about? And I'm sure it happened to every one of us. So look at the 4th one. In an attempt to capture the multiplicity of stakeholders' perceptions, a qualitative paradigm was employed to unravel the undercurrent of resistance in the adoption of digital payment system in SMEs. Is a no-no. It will have been simply read: we use qualitative research to explore why SME stakeholders resist adopting digital payment system, period. So these are the things in engineering. Let's have the last one in engineering. The methodological implementation leverages advanced optimization heuristics with the purpose of enhancing throughput efficiency with automated assembly production framework. This is story. Tell us what you want to do in a plain language, which is: we use optimization algorithms to improve efficiency in automated assembly lines. And the last one, those in environmental science. This research seek to probe the intricate and multifactorial determinants influencing water scarcity, vulnerability across semi-arid catchments. In a simple language, it could read: this study examines what factors make semi-arid catchments vulnerable to water scarcity, period. So we should try and pay attention to some of these things. If we have a manuscript that we want to submit currently now, please begin to adopt this way of writing. If any of your statement is longer than 3 lines, is most likely to be off. Most likely to be off. Break your sentences into consumable, understandable, and logical statements. I think the last part we have to look at this evening before we close is logical connections and common mistakes in academic writing. Logical connections and common mistakes in academic writing. What are logical connectors? Logical connectors are linking words or phrases that connect sentences or paragraph or ideas together in writing. They serve as signposts. They signal how ideas relate to one another, whether by way of adding more information, by way of contrasting the previous point, by way of showing a cause and effect, or by way of summarizing what you have written so far. Many times, a lot of us use however, thus, in addition, in ways that are not appropriate. Like I told us earlier, these things seem so basic that even teaching people of some caliber such thing, or reiterating things of this nature to some caliber of people among us, it's so insulting. But these are the little things that may affect the way we write. So I appeal to anybody that feels insulted this evening or feel belittled by what we are doing. It's possible that you know it, but there are people that still don't, know it, who are still falling short of this. So please, I also appreciate your magnanimity and your large heart. Please bear with us. Now, in academic writing, logical connectors play an essential role in creating structured, cohesive, and readers-friendly essay. Without them, your writing may feel abrupt or disconnected, leaving your reader to piece together the relationship between your points. What is this guy really trying to say? We'll see an example of disconnected stuff just shortly. What are the useful connectors and their functions that we can have? These are common ones that we usually have. Contrast. When you use contrast is a common connector that have different forms. If you want to make it, maybe you express yourself, earlier, and now you want to say something different. You use words such as however. For example, your finding says A plus B or 1 plus 2 is 3. And now you have another study that you want to use in your discussion session, and that study is saying something different, that 1 plus 2 is 4. Then you can use contrast by saying in contrast, or whereas, or you want to contradict what has been said earlier. However, will be most important, most appropriate. On the other hand, will be another one. What about cause or reason? The use of because, since, due to, as, owing to. These are cause or reason connectors. Addition, things like moreover, furthermore, in addition, also. What about similarity? Similarly or likewise. What about the example? For example, for instance, such as. What about comparison? Likewise, in the same way. What about clarification? In other words, put it in another way. These are the ways you can use connectors. They are signposts. They signal something to the reader that you're about to say something contrary or to buttress what you have said. All right? The next one, let's look at how they can be used nicely or badly. For example, educational intelligence training is not widely implemented. Teachers experience burnout. Principals feel overwhelmed. Can you see? These are disjointed statements that could have been expressed with the use of connectors. And it could be written as this: emotional intelligence training is not widely implemented. As a result, teachers experience burnout. Can you see as a result in bold? That's a connector. It is still making reference to the previous statement, there is a connection in that statement to the previous statement. Teachers experience, as a result, teacher experience burnout and principal feel overwhelmed. And principal, and in that place, as you can see, is also a connector. Two statements that were expressed differently in the previous one that we say is wrong. What about the second one? The stem, in the stem field, we have the model performed well on the training data. However, the performance decreased on the tested data. No, I think we have this copied twice. The expression was placed twice, but the point is this. The first one, the first statement was expressed in a way that says things like, the model performed well on the training data, the performance decreased on the tested data. There was no however between the two. So however was not in the first one. What about example in the last one, discussion session, for example, that says, this result is similar to Adeyemi 2021. However, it is different from Moyo 2022. Okay? Now, it could be expressed this way. This result is consistent with Adeyemi 2021, who also found that principal emotional competence improved staff morale. In contrast, Moyo 2022 reported no significant association, maybe due to whatever. So this is very important. We should take note of this, that while writing, our statements should have good transition and coherence, particularly within a paragraph, and not only within a paragraph, between one paragraph and another one. Very, very important. Common errors. What are the common errors that people usually have when they write? I call it type A, long sentence without punctuation. As you can see on the screen, and we have also seen in the previous article that we showed us. So avoid long sentence as much as possible. Our time is almost up, but as you can see on the screen, these two statements are two different statements that the same statement that were expressed differently using short sentences. Okay? So any sentence that is longer than 3 lines, please break it for clarity's sake. Common error type B is the use of phrases that are colloquial, that are not really accepted. One, the use of words such as a lot of, you don't use that. That is literal translation from your mother tongue to English language. And even let us say, okay, it's accepted in English language, but in academic writing, such statement is not allowed or is not encouraged. Let me put it that way. So instead of you say a lot of, say many or substantial. And of course, be ready to use a citation to support it. Okay? Then, so much. Don't use so much. Go for significantly, to a greater extent. Don't use very important. Use words such as crucial or central. A big problem. No. A major challenge. A persistent issue. The use of words such as kids is not academic. Use learners or students. The use of stuff or things, they are informal. Rather, go for the name of that particular thing. If it's a resource, say it's a resource. If it's a material, say it's a material. Example, a lot of principals are very stressed, and this is a big problem for teachers. No. A lot of principals. A lot, no. Rather, many principals experience high level of stress, which negatively affect teachers' well-being and performance. Put a citation. That is accepted. So the use of these things that we highlight in yellow, they are not permitted and they are not acceptable. Next, common error type C, translation artifact. When you translate, as we've been saying, from your language, Afrikaans, Swahili, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Ashanti Twi, Akwapem Twi, Fante, French, Portuguese, just name it, Arabic. When you interpret them directly in English, they sound awkward. So instead of saying things like the teachers enter into panic, simply put, teacher panicked. Or when you say we decided to treat this problem. So all these things, they are things that we need to imbibe when we are writing, so that we don't write directly from our mother tongue. Another error is informal or spoken phrases. Okay, we've talked about this. I think it was repeated. Yeah. So what is the way out? We are rounding up now. Is one. I remember when we were in school then, there was what we call brighter grammar. I don't think brighter grammar is out there anymore. Maybe another one is out now that people are reading to master English language. The basic thing is we should improve our English language writing. After we have finished writing, we should try as much as possible to let's just improve on our grammar, as in let's be consistent with what is expected in writing. Let me put it that way, so that we don't just translate, we don't write article the way we write any other informal piece. Then another thing we can do is we can make use of some softwares to improve how we write. After writing your article, if you have access to software such as, we have Microsoft Grammar and Spelling Check, they will help you to check your grammar. Let me just see if I can, is it possible for me now to demonstrate one, just 1 minute or thereabout, then we bring it to a close. Just go to review. When you click on review, let me put it that way. When you click on review, because I don't want to take our time, when you go to review, you will see the tab called spelling and grammar. Click on it. If you are using the subscribed version and the higher version of Microsoft Word, click on editor. Editor will also come to the right side and show you. Let me see if I can demonstrate this in 1 minute, and we should be coming to an end gradually. Stop sharing and share again. What is the name of this file? Document 2. Okay. So, if you look at this document that we have on the screen, you see, if I type some things here now, just a minute. If I type some things, I can go to okay, let's say this is I made a mistake deliberately. Going to school on Friday, deliberate errors, and on his way to the market, deliberate errors. So now when you go to review in your Microsoft Word and you click on spelling and spelling and grammar, can you see it? There's a toggle stuff that shows on the right side of my screen, and there you can make corrections to whatever you have to write. You can see it has brought out the editor in full form for me if you are using the subscribed version of Microsoft Word. So if you can see whether my writing is, if I can choose if my writing is formal, is professional, or casual, I can do that here. Click on it, and meaning that whatever is on the screen and is about being corrected will be corrected, professionally. Spelling and grammar, the same thing. I can choose to ignore. I can choose to add to dictionary. I can choose to ignore everything that repeats like that at the same time. Then I go to next, and on and on and on and on. So these are just the basic things that we know what to use. Then another thing that we can do is to use Grammarly. Grammarly is very, very is very, very okay when it comes to this. Let me see if I can share screen with us as we round up. Grammarly is perfect, as it is okay, very good, very, very good. I share the screen with you now. We're rounding up. Okay, so now if you want to make use of Grammarly, you can, Grammarly has it has, what is it called now? It has the one you plug into Microsoft Word, which is called add in, and it also has the zone that you can see directly on the screen as you are seeing it. Just go to their website and log in. If you subscribe, it will show you, it will, different aspects of the articles, as you can see, that you need to correct. You can see where was used. You can see it's correcting this English now, what we have on the screen. It will do a lot of, you can see the way it's reconstructing, suggesting that I should use this version. So different types, you can see the way this was written, so it is a very good one for you if you can manage to subscribe. Even if you can team with a colleague and subscribe to Grammarly, it will help you rephrase and reconstruct. Can you see on the right side the way I'm clicking on this now? It has suggested 67 suggestions for me where I need to improve this write-up. We are all not English speakers, so we should endeavor to ensure that we do everything possible. Can you see this? Right here now, you see something like correctness, clarity, engagement, how engaging is it, the delivery, and the style. Everything, you see? You can even check for AI and plagiarism. Check for AI text and plagiarism. It's going to do everything for you and make your work, as good as possible for presentation. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is, exactly what we are talking about. So, have this at the back of your mind that when you are writing, be ready to check your writing and ensure that everything you are doing is on point, not only in terms of the substance, but how you express that substance. On the screen, we have a brief, checklist of all the things we have talked about since. Clarity, tenses, connectors, and common errors. Make sure that you pay attention to them. And this brings me to the end of this evening presentation. I am open to questions. Thank you so much for waiting to this time. The mic will be open. I think the mic is open if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the mic is open for questions.
Yes.
Question?
Good evening, Doc.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Doctor. Thank you for today's class.
You're welcome, ma'am.
God bless you for making justice to this topic
Amen.
treated today.
Thank you so much.
Okay, one of us appeal that you should bring in how we can search engine, and you promise that today you are going to handle it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yes, because some of us have difficulties in searching. So
right.
I believe that will help us a lot.
All right, let's do 1 minute, and I believe if you do that 1 minute, you will make sense out of what you want to do.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Okay, let's look at let's go to Google Scholar. Now, when you get to Google Scholar, you are expected to search, or you want to search for something. Let's have something at the back of our mind that is very, very important. Don't copy your...
Sorry, your screen is not showing.
Oh, sorry about that. Don't copy your entire... Okay, let's put it this way. Let me start this way. Copy your topic in its entirety. Paste it in... can somebody allow me if I'm... Okay, somebody should give us a topic. Just give us a title. A random title of an article, please.
Effect of sustainability report disclosure.
A moment, please. Effects of
sustainability report disclosure.
Sustainability
report disclosure.
Effect of sustainability
report disclosure.
Sustainability report disclosure.
Yes, on market value.
On market value.
Yes.
Reports of sustainability reports, effect of sustainability. Is what you have on the screen, is this correct? Is this what you mean?
Effect of sustainability report disclosure on market value of listed manufacturing firms.
Of
listed manufacturing firms in Nigeria. Of listed manufacturing
firms in Nigeria.
Yes, doctor.
Is it of listed or unlisted?
Of listed.
Okay. Now let's search. Doctor. Let's go ahead and search. Okay, we have sustainability. We have the first one is sustainability reporting and value creation in selected listed manufacturing company in Nigeria. That's one. 2, corporate sustainability reporting and firm marketing value evidence from selected manufacturing company in Nigeria. Sustainability reporting and marketing value and market value growth of quoted companies in Nigeria. Now you will see something. From what you have on the screen, we have about 30,600 results. Okay? The number one thing is that your study need to be recent. So you go to the custom range and choose perhaps between 2020 to 2025. Then you search again to reduce that. Now from 30,000 we have 17,600. Okay? Now remember, I have also told us that if you are using Google Scholar, be very sure of this. What you have here, they are the names of editors and the name of journals. Be sure that you are using the correct and reliable, sources. So now this comes with mixed multitude. If I were you now, I will first of all, before I look at even the listing, I will look at those places where the sources where those journals are from. I would rather go for those that I know that they are of good quality. Are you getting what I'm saying? So, for example, this is one of them. Tanfon, this is Taylor and Francis, is a renowned high-impact journal curator. I mean, is a database that contains quality, high-impact, credible journal. So that would be my first. Are you getting me? So is what I have there, is it reliable? The topic you gave us now, I can see that there are a lot of articles that you can download on it. But the point is your primary objective should be credible, reliable sources. Now, that's number one thing. The number two thing is this. When you want to search, make sure that instead, in order for you to have laser focused results, you can choose to put the keywords in this title in quotation. Those are the things you are looking for. Sustainability is one, reporting is one, report disclosure is one, even reports can stand alone, market value can stand alone. The reason is because the reason why many people don't have results when they search is because you are even lucky that you have so many things displayed now. So some people will not have anything, and the reason might be because they limit it to Nigeria. But there is nothing bad about that. If you don't have many people who are published in Nigeria on this topic, you won't have anything. But because there are enough literature on it, that is why you have this display. So the best thing to do is to ensure that you separate them. Sorry, you use the keyword in your search, and can you see that from 30,000 to 17,000, from 17,000 to 125? Do you get what I'm saying now? You can see is laser focusing. That is, you can see every study that you have on this screen now have almost all of the keyword that we put in inverted commas, in quotations. So when you are searching any database, make sure you laser focus your search to ensure that it is those things that speak to your study precisely that come out for you. From 30,000 plus to 17,000 to 125. You can be sure by the time you look at this 125, you are likely to have more than enough that you can work with. I hope that explains to and that speaks to your question.
Yes, doctor. Very right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Yes,
Good
doctor.
evening.
Good evening.
Okay, let me quickly ask my question.
Okay.
Well done. Thank you for today's class, doctor.
You're welcome.
So my question is, during the class you mentioned something, and it was about us being able to review for journals.
Yes.
When you were trying to compare those two abstracts, the three abstracts you showed us.
Yes.
So I just want to know, how can we go about that? I don't know whether it's part of something they're teaching us for that, I'm not sure. But I just want to know, how can we review for journals?
All right.
That's my question.
All right. There are two ways. One, if you submit an article to a journal and if you submit an article to a journal, some journals in the process of submitting the article, they will ask you if you want to be a reviewer for their journal. That's one of the things you will see when you are filling the form. So go ahead. If you are interested, say yes. They will ask you, what areas do you want to review for us? What is your area of specialty? What are the areas you are capable of reviewing? You would choose them or state them. Okay? In alternative, some journals will not do that when you are submitting your article. They will wait until they have reviewed your article and your article is accepted. Once you are able to publish on their platform, they deem it necessary and deem it fit that you are qualified to review. So they will, after publishing your article, by the time they are sending the acceptance to you or the publication in notification, they will include it in the email that in case you want to volunteer for review, you can fill in your details here. Do you get it now? So that is the second way. The third way is there are some journals. I saw something 2 days ago. I was just laughing. There are some journals. This predatory journal, they fly by night and behind, backyard journals. What they do is they will go to wherever they can find your article, or maybe you are on LinkedIn, you are on ResearchGate. They will go and gather as many as possible email of people that write articles like yourself, authors. They will start bombarding you with email. We invite you to be a guest in our journal. We invite you to be a guest reviewer. We invite you to be this. My email is full of that. When you see such people, they are majority, 99% of them are predatory journal. And of what benefit will it be for you? Knowing what you know now, and a predatory journal now invites you to review for them, knowing fully well that they know what they want to do. They just want to make sure that the article passes through you. Whether you review or you don't review, they will publish it. So of what use is your time? Of what use is it for you? It's going to be a waste of time and energy. And at the same time, it's like you are contributing in a way, because if you eventually review, you are contributing to corrupting knowledge, because they know without review, they will publish the article. There are a lot of articles they don't review that they publish directly. So if you now contribute to such journal, you are contributing to, corrupting knowledge. So what you can do is, if you see a credible journal, even though if they don't write to you, even though you have not published in them, you can write to the editor and say you want to volunteer as a reviewer. I'm sure they will carry out, they have their measures, they will grade you, they will look at the works you have published, they will find out, they may ask you to send some information on your profile, they want to see what you have done, and with that, they can gauge you and assess you and see if you are qualified to review for them or not. Those are the things I'm aware of Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Dr. Adurakwe? Dr. Benjamin? Dr.
Hello, sir.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, you were going through the tools that we use to refine our document. You were not through with it.
Thank you. I was over conscious of time. I'm sorry about that. Yes, we have Microsoft Word, we have Grammarly, we have Script AI grammar checker, we have Quillbot grammar checker, we have PaperPal grammar checker, we have Writin. All these are they are tools you can use to polish your English. That is exactly what I am trying to say. These are just different types that you can use, and they are numerous. They are not limited to these 6. A number of them. A whole number of them are out there, but they are subscription based. Some of them are $20 per month, some of them are more per month. So it depends on your capacity, and that is why I was saying, okay, Grammarly might be better because people can contribute that $20 and you have one subscription. At the end of the day, everybody can make use of it. I mean one person can be running it for everybody to correct the grammar. That is exactly what I'm trying to say here. So you may not be able to open it everywhere, because if 5 of you contribute to subscribe at $20 and the 5 of you won't open it at the same time on different laptop, the algorithm may pick it and block the account. I'm just suspecting that. So it is better you contribute and use one system to run your grammar check. That is what I'm trying to say. The same thing goes for every one of them. The same practice. You are not expected to use, one person. It is possible for you to use it. Okay, for example, the one I have now, I can use it on all of. I have about 4 or 5 gadgets. I can use it on all those 5 gadgets. Why? All those 5 gadgets are connected to the same IP at the same time, the same internet source at the same time. But when I now begin to have somebody is in Kafancha, is using the same accounts, another person is in Kotangora, is using the same account, using different IP at the same time, is a red flag. They will block the account. I hope that is clear.
Hello, sir.
All right, sir.
Hello, sir.
Hello, I'm with you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
I want to ask.
Please go ahead.
I want to ask regarding the use of tools that you have just explained right now.
Okay.
In an attempt to correct your sentences and spellings and other errors using all these tools that you have mentioned.
Okay.
Will it not amount to plagiarism? Okay. While you are actually, some of these things are being corrected with the aid of these tools.
All right.
So by the time you import it into any artificial software package,
okay,
will you not address it as
as AI written?
Plagiarism?
I got your point clearly. Yes. Yeah. The point is this. Even Grammarly, sometimes, when you correct what you have personally written with Grammarly and you put it in Turnitin is likely to turn it out as AI written. In some cases, not in all cases, let me put it that way. There are cases that such happen. Now,
okay.
Let's get something clear here. The use of AI is accepted in academia to the degree you are ethical in the use of it. There's what is called responsible use of AI. Now, you can see one of the articles I just showed us, the abstract will show us. We were able to point out that this abstract, if not the entire article, was written using AI. The person just did copy and paste. Where people get into trouble with the use of AI is, number one, if you don't know, if you don't have the mastery of that thing and you are using AI, you are likely to run into issues. Now you have the mastery of it. You want to use AI. When you use AI, there is what is called hallucination in AI. Hallucination simply means writing what is not real as real or presenting what is not real as real. So it is your responsibility to check this thing that I've used AI to write. I'm still talking about using AI to write, not to correct now. When you use AI to write, it is your responsibility to fact check to be sure that this thing that AI wrote, is it true? And AI has a way of being very, very factual. You know, not all academic writing requires that. Let's go back to your question. Your question now is this: what if I wrote something myself, I gave it to AI in the form of Coolbots, Grammarly, and all that, and it turned out to be detected as AI written? The best practices around the world. The world best practice regarding that is keep the original write-up. Even AI is not going to detect it as if the work is originally not plagiarized. Let's get something right here. There's a difference between plagiarism and AI detection. Plagiarism simply means you wrote other people's idea without acknowledging them by way of citation. AI detection means what was written was suspected to be AI written. They are two different things and they are treated differently. So if it is plagiarism, the person already, before you put it into Grammarly, you are already guilty of plagiarism. You have not acknowledged those you are supposed to acknowledge. But when it comes to AI detection, it simply means that this thing has an element of being written, or there is an indication that it was written by AI. What the best and the number one, number two, if not all of the best publishers hold on to as the best practice is declare it. If you don't declare it, maybe one of the, I don't know, maybe before we finish, I will share with us the template on how to write it, that this article was conceptualized by me, written by me, but the use of AI apply in the correction of grammars. You can write it and submit it with the article. The what is it called? When the editor sees it, that you have acknowledged it, they waive it. It's not an issue. They know. Now, if such happen, the way out is for you to keep the original copy. If you submit without declaring that you use AI to paraphrase or to correct the grammar, if the journal editor gets back to you that we suspected that your article was AI written, then you write back and say, okay, I have the original copy. Then they will request for it, you send it, that settles the matter. So the fear of it was AI detected. I know we still have some people who are very conservative as our supervisors, as you know, as what is it called? Even in some journals, if you write to some journals in some Arabic country, if they find out that you write using AI, they will reject the article because they are so conservative. And also you have supervisors that are also conservative. But the fact remains that even Turnitin themselves, whenever they detect such, they will tell you, don't punish your students because this thing was based on the result you have. This thing is so dicey and it's so crazy. What I mean is this. We are using AI to detect AI, and the company that owns the AI that is used to detect AI is saying, we have detected AI, but don't hold us responsible for whatever action you take. Can you imagine that? In fact, recently, the number one university in Africa, which is University of Cape Town, they disabled Turnitin from their system, this AI detector of a thing, because it was causing issues. Meanwhile, in America, in US, which every other country is trying to copy, they allow the use of AI because it has put them into trouble several times that students will drag universities to court and the student will win with a big fine. So what are we talking about? It's a mess on academia. They are messing up with our integrity and our brain. That's just the truth about it. AI has come to stay. We can't do anything about it. It has come to stay. But the academia is still doing a catch-up. While in other industry, people are making billions using AI, and we're here condemning it. It will take us a long time. I think that answers your question.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So, any question? Rounding up.
Yes, I have my question is, yeah, still on AI. Like you have said, which is say AI has a positive part. So how can we ethically enhance this of AI in our writing?
All right. We will allude to that in our last week, which will be next week, by the grace of God. We'll touch on that. I promised last week how to use AI ethically in your writing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So,
Good evening, Doctor.
good evening, sir.
Please, I'm very, very grateful over this opportunity I have to learn from you. And during the as we started the program, you promised us that each of the students have the chance of publishing one article free. And I'm a PhD student, which I intend to publish my one of the objectives of my thesis. So I'm still working on it. So I want to know what is the deadline that one has to submit the article for publication, because I don't want to, based on what I've learned from you, in fact, every day I've gathered knowledge. I'm working on the article quite okay, but I don't want to make mistakes. So I want to, at the end of the day, I want to take my time to do what is right. So I don't know what is the deadline that one can submit.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right. We said it then that submission should be by the end of the 6th week, or we give an extension. No, yeah, at the end of the 6th week, because our expectation is that as we are going through these classes, we have opened the article writing to platform to everybody to start writing, believing that by the end of this training, individuals will have covered the area that are necessary for us to respond to. By the grace of God, this week we are going into, for those who have submitted one part or the other, we are going to give you feedback. So our expectation is that by the end of this training or the week that follows, everybody will have turned in their write-up. So the week that follows will be towards the end of this month. And we said it then that as from 30th of this month, we will not be available to respond almost immediately, because we are going on break. We are going on Xmas break. So we'll go for the entire December. So it simply means that for us to respond to you almost immediately or within a short period, you have the grace till the end, let me just say 30th of this month. By 30th of this month, we will not respond almost immediately because we'll be on holiday. So you can submit today, you may not get a response until after 2 days or thereabouts. So that's what we said then, and it still holds.
Okay, Doctor, I understand.
All right.
Let me try to see what I can do.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. We're calling it.
Thank you.
All right. Hello.
Thank you, Doc. I'm grateful.
You're
I'm
welcome.
excited. I don't even want to stop.
But now you are talking. But now you are talking.
So, thank you for that search engine you showed us.
All right.
But is it only Google Scholar we should use, or are there other methods, or only Google Scholar?
There are other advanced methods that you can combine. So many. There's what is called string. String is more advanced. With string, you can combine, a lot of possibility and variations of how those keywords that I put in quotation can bring out. It will bring out, if it doesn't have this, it will bring out the next one, to bring out, having this one, bring out the next one. We call it string, but it's a little bit advanced. But even at that, with what you have now, with what we just demonstrated, you can use it to get what you need. The string is advanced, number one. Then number two, the way the string work on different database differ. You can use a string on Scopus and you take it to Web of Science and it may not give you the results, or it may not even work at all. But with this basic one, there is no database you put it in that doesn't give you the result you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number two is on the article
All right.
publishing.
Okay.
So
the free article publishing before the 30th, is it for them? Even with the difference, I mean, if we publish one free article, those that are doing literature review in the grouping, can we still publish our own?
Yes, you can publish it.
We'll publish it on our own, but that free one we must do it separately.
The free one is for you. The group one is for the group, which your name will also be there.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The group one is also free too.
It's free, yes. We'll allow you have, we'll give you journals where you can publish it free of charge.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
So now, after this Christmas, now we can still have access to you.
You mean after?
After the Christmas holiday, we will still have access to maybe interact with you.
You can definitely, we don't cut you off. It's just that by February we are starting another cohort. But doesn't mean everybody who has registered for this course, who have, who are part of this, we have relationship, everyone in this course who is ready and interested will be part of our alumni. We're going to create a group for that where we can keep relating, on going forward.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I want to add again, we can look at research innovations, how we can convert our research to marketable.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
And that is very important. From selection of topic, before I said this long ago, don't just write for the sake of writing. Write for the sake of how can what I'm writing be converted to something tangible. Very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're welcome. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for this evening call. We hope to meet again on Monday. Have a happy night rest. Good night to everyone from this side.
Good night, doctor. Thank you.
Tomorrow, good night, doctor.
Good night.
Yeah, tomorrow, not on Monday.
Okay. Tomorrow evening.